Hi everyone, I'm creating this video to show you how easy it is to have students create their own drawings using Google Slides. And so this is a template I've created. You can take this template, make it your own, and edit it any way you want. Remember to do that. We go to File, Make a Copy. You'll rename it. It'll automatically be saved to your drive. Then you can edit it, do with it whatever you want, and then you can assign it to your students in Google Classroom. So that gives you the right to do whatever you want, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to assign this or to create a template like this to use with your students. So if you notice right here on the left, all I did was insert a text box to add directions, and I think this is really helpful when you're doing this lesson with students so they know exactly what they need to do in order to complete the lesson. So for this, we're going to go through this step by step, and I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to use the drawing and the text tools to create the life cycle, and that's the arrows to insert arrows in text. We're going to describe what happens in each cycle, and I'm just going to put a note here that that would be the text box. And you're going to insert a picture to illustrate each part of the cycle, and we're going to use that with the image icon. And I also always like to include a word bank for those students that have a hard time with spelling, so you would add whatever words, whatever keywords that you would want them to use for the lesson. So let's just go ahead and start with the drawing and the text tools. So let's say I'm going to do the life cycle of the boll weevil, and that's something that 4th grade's working on. So we could start with the text box and start out with, you could give it a title, but we're just going to go ahead and type in pupa. And let me go back to my original settings here. So I could do pupa. This is where I would teach the kids about Control+C is copy, and then Control+V is paste, and it would give me 4 boxes. And then I could go in and just rename them and do adult, egg, larva. So I have the 4 names of each cycle. Then I would go here to my shape tool, and I would click on shape, and notice there's arrows. So maybe I'm going to choose this arrow, and I'm just going to click and drag with my mouse to add an arrow. And again, I could do the Control+C and then Control+V 3 more times to go ahead and copy it. And then I could start to create my life cycle. So I could put pupa here, and then maybe if I wanted to turn this slightly like that, and then or actually I guess this should be egg. So we're going to do egg, and then we're going to do larva, move pupa over here, take my arrow, move it, and then again use the handle to turn it. Just like that. I'll take this arrow, drag it, use the handle to turn it, take my adult, move it down here, this, and just like that I've created a very basic life cycle. So now you could have the kids go in and expand their thoughts a little bit and describe what happens during each stage. You can also go back and have the kids insert a picture. So they would use the image icon right here, and then they would click on search, and this is going to search directly from Google. You could also search from life images and stock images. So I could just say boll weevil egg and try to find some pictures that best resemble a boll weevil egg. Sometimes, depending on what you're studying, you're going to find some good pictures. Sometimes you may not, so they're just going to have to improvise. Maybe I can go back and look at some stock images. Oh, there wasn't anything there. Life images, no. So we'll just go back here. So let's see which picture. Maybe just that one. And so it'll insert a picture. Ew, that's pretty gross. Maybe that's more larva. So maybe we can just go and look for a different image and put insect egg. We'll just go with that. Oh, that's the butterfly egg. But anyway, I'm just giving you an example of how this works. And then they would copy or just click and drag. And so they'll keep adding to their life cycle. Depending on the age of your students, you could even have them insert a text box over here and create a little bibliography for the images, and they need to include the websites where they found them. But usually after they're done and they have their title, they have they've given me a little descriptor about what happens in that cycle. Then I show them how they can go in and add some bells and whistles. And that's where they could go in and change the font. If they click on an arrow, they can go and give it some color. And usually I'll talk to the kids and tell them, I know you want to choose arrows, make every arrow a different color, but that takes away from your presentation. And so we want to choose the same colors, same fonts, keep it clean, because things like that, while they think are great, sometimes annoy teachers. So it's never too early to start modeling that. Also teach the kids how to put a border around a picture. All they do is click on a picture, go here to line weight, and now they have a nice little border. They can also change the color of the border. So there's all kinds of things that they can do. But you can use this for life cycles, food chains, food webs, you name it, you can do it. I'm going to include some samples of some student created projects so you can see, but this is how easy it is for students to create their own images. All we used are all the tools that you see here. Text box, image, shapes, and you could even use lines. There's arrows here that the students could use, but we used the shapes here. And students love being able to create their own projects from scratch. And again, just start out with the template. Make sure you give them directions as to what you want to see, and just like that, you're ready to go. If you have any questions or need any help creating a lesson, I'm just an email away. Thanks for watching.